Hey guys. Are you there? Are y'all there? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Yes, yes. Let's just not talk to them, okay? Let's just ignore them. I'm sure they probably recorded me. I didn't do anything wrong, but just ignore them. They just want attention. They got their 5 minutes of fame. I don't know. Maybe. And maybe they got upset. I don't know. I've been smoking cigarettes the whole time. And I know other readers that smoke. It's hard to tell. Maybe. They might think it's something else. But it's not. And I don't promote it. And I recommend not ever starting. If you haven't started, don't start. You okay, Bobby? It has its ups and downs, I'm sure, like everything else. I've been to a lot of different places, so. My mom moved a lot. And then I followed in her footsteps. She actually got mad at me one time for telling her she was a gypsy woman, but I don't find offense in that. I don't know why she got so mad. And I have a lot of white light in me, a lot of light. So I get a lot of pushback, jealousy, you know, a lot of put downs and stuff. So I have my whole life. Trying to keep me in the corner, in the shadows. You know, moths are attracted to flame. They're attracted to light. So is the devil. Not everybody, John Boy. Nice to meet you. They're envious. I mean, I've had people even my friends try to take my kids. And I don't know why they try to take what I have. I really don't have much, but Angela Gretsch, hi, welcome in. You know, JTM, I don't know, because I grew up poor, and when my dad passed away, rest his soul, us kids got money back from that, and I spent it on all the things that I didn't have growing up, thinking that that would make me happy, but it didn't. It just burdened me. I know for one thing right now, I'd have my own home, and I would probably want to give to cancer charities because my mom passed away from cancer. There's a lot of people that like to help. I've seen a lot of the ugliness in this world. It makes me sad. I've dealt with ugliness too. I've dealt with the jail system. I think it took the jail system to break me, actually, because I'm stubborn. You know what I mean? And that's where I learned my value, killing the guys that were in jail. Because I believe in everyone. I believe everyone deserves a second chance, and you know they're very good at manipulating you and making you feel less than what you are. My great grandmother died of breast cancer on my mom's side. My mom's mother had ovarian cancer, but they got that luckily. But she ended up dying of a stroke. She had one big stroke that took her. My mom had cancer. Her two brothers had throat cancer. And then on my dad's side, my grandpa had throat cancer. So it surrounds me. Thank you, J-Chan. I do my best. Others see it as weakness, though. If you're too loving, too kind, too unconditional loving, you know, they see it as a weakness. It was hard. That was hard, especially losing mom, because I idolized my mom. Even though I've always been the black sheep and the outcast, I still idolized my mom. She was my world. She was my rock. She's where my strength came from, my willpower. She was through so many abusive relationships. It was crazy. Yes, that's why. Yep, that's exactly why. Because they're angry and you know, resentful, and they feel guilty for, I don't know, something they shouldn't even feel guilty for. Life's about experience. Hi, Sayer. Good morning. Or where are you from, Sayer? I'm from West Virginia. I was actually born in Baltimore, Maryland, but my heart's in West Virginia. I grew up a lot in West Virginia. I'm Virginia, but my heart's in West Virginia. I love the mountains. I had an uncle that was in the Navy, Edward, and he didn't die in the Navy, but I remember being a little kid and my mom woke up freaking out, and we didn't have a phone back then. Anyway, she woke up one day freaking out, and we were running around to the neighbors' houses, and she woke up telling everybody that my uncle was dead, that she had a dream that he died in a plane crash, and everybody told her she was crazy. Canada. I went to Canada in 5th grade. Anyway, everybody told her she was crazy, and I'll never forget when we finally got to a phone and we got a hold of my grandma. A tractor trailer had ran over top of my uncle's car and put the engine in him. My mom had dreams before they happened. She would tell me about them, and I'd watch them play out like 2 weeks later, or she'd have a dream, and she'd be not exact details, but very close. Emergency broadcast. It's been doing nothing but rating here, JTN. I don't actually know. I haven't checked it. I mean, I don't hear rain out there. I'm at my stepdad's. Thank you, Sayer. You have a good night. Sleep well. Yeah, I have a stepfather that happened to. They say that's what happened. They say he sleep with a cigarette, but I don't know about all that. What am I doing? Yeah, he was very abusive. When I was a kid, I used to believe that he was the devil's right hand man. But I actually, like, when I was in 8th grade when he passed away, and I actually did have one tear escape my eye when he passed away. And the only memory I could remember, the good memory about him, was that he took us all to Blackwater Falls one time. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But even though at the end of that, like, he made my life miserable at the end of the day, but I still loved it. I remembered that, you know. My stepdad, he took me and my girls, and it was nice. I liked it. This iPhone, I don't know, man. It will not stay charged. It just said 100% when I started, and it's back out again. I don't get rid of it because my daughter got it for my birthday. Well, we're going to see what's the tea, but I was just talking to you all. Just shuffling them. I like these cards. They say they're slick. A lot of people can't handle them, but I like them. They're, You can bend them. You can get them wet. I read them. Goldfish, that takes me back. Boy, I think the last time I played Goldfish, my kids were young. We used to play games all the time. We're going to see what the tea is, what God Divine wants to tell you guys. Are you guys ready? We done talking? I like talking. I like socializing. I'm a social person, but I'm also, you know, I need my hermit, me time. JTM, the first time I ever came across the YouTube video of tarot readings, I was very skeptical. I'm an Aquarius, so it has to logically make sense to me. But I went back 3 months, and they were spot on with everything that I had been through. And ever since then, they have been. Matter of fact, I use tarot to work on myself, heal myself, and become a better version of me. And I didn't even know I had wounds and trust issues. It's really helped me. Yes, nothing's set in stone. It depends on how you handle the situations. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I've been working on myself for a long time, but I realized it's like an onion. The trauma didn't happen overnight. You know, it's like an onion. You go layers upon layers upon layers. And I repeated cycle upon cycle upon cycle with some very karmic, very toxic people. So, oh boy, they're really wanting to speak. I wasn't ready though. And I read the cards, yes, but I also channel, and I can do this without the cards. All right, if you're ready, we're gonna start. What's the key for my collective? What's the key? God, divine source, what do you want to tell my collective? What's the key? Trauma's a hard thing, Edward. It's not something easy to work through. I've been taken to my knees. I don't know how many times I had to pick myself up by my bootstraps. JTM, you're good. It's a healing journey, and healing journey is not easy. I call it, I heard another reader say this at one time, and I think it fits perfectly, the dark night of the soul, because I've been drugged down so far that I literally felt like my soul was dying, but it had to go into the dark to come out into the light. I was told I have PTSD. I went through depression, all of that. They put me on medications. I went through all of that, and I just, I don't know, I ended up taking myself off of them. Some of the stuff they had me on made me feel really tired, really weak. I ended up weaning myself off of it, and I took myself off of everything. And I just decided to start working on myself. The thing that I realized is that Well, for one, I don't believe in mistakes. I don't believe anything that you've ever done in your life is a mistake. I don't care who you are, whether you're addicted to drugs or whatever. I believe it's our destiny to come here to do that. Some break out of cycles and help others, and we came for an experience. And I just feel like if most people would know what the outcome was before they did it, they wouldn't have done it. Yes. Everything's happening at the same time. And they also, believe there's different dimensions and we can call in that dimension to us. Your mind is very powerful, very, very powerful. And I have spent, at least the last 10 years retraining my brain. That your future is set in stone. I don't believe that it's set in stone. I think it's a mindset. It's only mindset. That's like you're at a sea, but everything comes in. So, and actually, they actually say that everything is upside down, and your mind switches it. So, like the speed of light. So, for instance, I grew up being told I wasn't going to amount to anything. My own, and I wish my mother would have never told me this because it traumatized me. But my mom told me that my dad said that I would end up to be a hoe just like her. And I didn't go find my dad. I seen him when I was 8. Him and mom split when I was an infant. And then I went searching for him when I was, 20? Yeah. And his wife, slammed the door in my face and told me that he didn't want to see me. And to make a long story short, we all got in a fight. Got in an argument. Well, I did. Him and his wife got in an argument. He ripped the cord out of the wall, left and went to the garage. She got another phone, called me, screamed at me for I don't know how long. And then we ended up meeting. I ended up going over there, and she sent me over to get my dad at the garage because my little brother needed that. And he just told me that, he had missed 18 years of my life and that, he couldn't make that up. And I told him that was fine. We could start here. We could start where we were at. Yes, they say it's already happened. Yes. And my daughters have deja vu really bad. It's confusing, Edward. I just roll with the punches. Do you guys know anything about astroplaning? Have you heard of astroplaning? No, J-Tan? What about you, Edward? Meditating, yes, meditating is good. I actually astroplane. The first time it happened, like, I don't know, I guess, I don't know, I just kind of felt like it was a dream or whatever. But I was flying. I was actually flying, and I'm afraid of heights. But in the dream, like the wind was going through my hair. I'm still kind of calling it a dream, but the wind was going through my hair, and I felt so free. Like it was amazing. It was amazing. But I watched movies on astroplaning, and I was always told that you had to do something to make sure that you come back because you can get lost out there. And the first time that it happened to me, I flew to my old apartment, and it was weird because there was a Christmas tree there, and I never had a Christmas tree when I lived there. So that was a little weird, but I didn't, immediately put it with astroplaning. And then I've astroplaned to my grandma. I've seen my grandmother, even though my grandmother is gone and no longer on this planet and hasn't been since what? I was 22 at that time. So, um, yeah, or 23. I might have been 23. Anyway, what really set it for me is when I had a dream. Well, astroplane flew to my little brother. And I remember, like, I woke up. Hold on here. Yes. And I've had one like that too with my kids in it. Yes. And one of my kids was a zombie. It was horrible. Like, it was horrible. But anyway, so I flew around my room for a little while, and then I flew down the stairs. And when I flew down the stairs, I was in my house. My brother was sitting in a chair in the living room, and I flew around into his kitchen, and there was a tank there with a yellow light in it. So when I woke up, I immediately called my brother because I wanted to make sure he was okay. And I was telling him about this, and he was like, "Laura, I have a tank in my kitchen with a yellow light." And I was like, "You do?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What do you have in it?" And he's like, "I'm raising snakes." I was like, "Oh my God." Okay. Okay. So that's when it really, like it really set in. I know I'm missing stuff here. Yes. Yes, my soul leaves my body. And I can't control it. Like, um, I haven't gotten to a point where I can control it, but I like it. My mom used to have those dreams too, J Tam, and she had a dream that my brother fell through a barn, and he actually did, and he cut his leg really bad. But it was days later that that happened. It feels very freeing. Like the freedom of it it feels amazing. Why what, J Tam? I know one time I was flying around my room, and then I went out and I was flying in the air, and I just felt so alive and so free. But then I guess my subconscious remembered that I had to have a way back. So I cut my trip short because I was so afraid that I'd end up getting lost out there that I decided to produce a red rope and I pulled myself back to my room. But even when I was little, like I could change my dreams. If I was having a bad dream, I could change it in my sleep and make it go good. I've chased the demons that were chasing me. You know, JTM, that could be past lives you're remembering too. Because we're not just clearing the karma for ourselves here. We're clearing it for our ancestors too. My mom has been with me since she passed away. She's been my guide. A potato. There's a song about a potato flying around the room. Yes, my mom was very gifted, and she I don't know, she called it a curse. She felt like it was a curse because she knew things happened. You know, the mind is more powerful than people give it credit for. And all these traumas, like we throw it into our subconscious and we don't even realize that it's playing out in our life. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you see, you can't unsee. I've learned a lot. I've learned a whole lot, and I've had epiphany moments, and I've switched. You know, I've switched my perception. I've switched my behaviors, and it's crazy how much it actually works. Yeah, yeah. She couldn't prevent things, but she knew about them. Like for instance, we had a dog. We had a dog, a German Shepherd, and oh man, I love that dog to death. Um, and he had cataracts, and I don't know. My mom had told me about a dream that she had that he was shot twice in front of a red building, and his name was Dusty, and he was so lovable. But he had cataracts, and they said that he started like nipping or biting at people like he never did me. But I came home from school one day, a couple of weeks later, and Dusty was gone. And mom tried to tell me that they got rid of him, you know, gave him to someone else or whatever. And I didn't believe it, so I kept pushing. And she finally told me that my stepdad at the time, not this one, my stepdad at the time had shot him across the. And she told me he was shot twice in front of a red building, is what she told me before. And then she finally, you know, told me that he took him across the street, and we had a red building across the street, and he shot him, and the first shot didn't kill him, so he had to shoot him. You know, he had to shoot him again, and I was devastated. Like I was devastated. That's very possible. I was in 7th grade when that happened. His, yeah, it was a key. We had got him when I was in the 4th grade, so I was pretty attached. But yeah, my stepdad said that he was afraid he was going to bite or hurt somebody, so. But I love that dog. And yeah, multiverse, I've heard that too. Dimensions, multiverse. I do know that you can manifest. Like, your mind is so powerful. Like, you can manifest. And the way that I do it, like, I feel the emotion as if I've already had what it is that I want, and I see it in my mind's eye, like in my mind. And like, for instance, I was with this guy one time, and I was trying to get out. I was trying to move, and I didn't have enough. Everybody kept telling me I didn't have enough money or whatever, and I had been trying for a while. And then, but I kept picturing in my mind me in another home with, washing the stove, washing the counters, cooking dinner, doing dishes. And I didn't, put what kind of home it was. That's all I seen, like, was the counter and the sink and the stove in my mind. And I just kept, picturing that. And then I tried, and I kept getting turned down and getting turned down. And then one day we had gotten into a huge fight, and he left. And I just looked up at the ceiling, and with everything in my soul, I could feel it to the deepest part of my soul. With everything in me, I just said, God, please get me out of here. And that Friday, I had gone to go see a place, and they had told me that they needed to do a background check, and by Monday I was moving in. So I believe that too. Untamed. I believe that too. I do believe I'll see him again. And my dog Rocky, that I had to get rid of, that one of my boyfriends made me get rid of. The people that got him said that he was really good with my kids. Like, my kids rode on his back and everything, but said that he went to attack a kid, which I don't believe. But they said they had to put him to sleep, and I'm not sure that they really put him to sleep or they sent him somewhere else. But I figure by now, he's probably on the other side. But I'll see him again. I've seen ghosts, so I seen them when I was little, so I know they exist. Yes. Well, I'll be honest with you. Recently, well, the beginning of this year, I was seeing a guy, and he was in jail, and I had given him a lot of my dad's money, and I'd bought him a lot of stuff, and I had been dealing with him for 3 years, and I mean, I absolutely fell in love with him, and we had a lot of issues. We had a lot of problems. I'm not going to say that my own traumas didn't cause some of them, because it did. But we got back to a space where we were talking, and we were doing really, really good. And there was a lot of on and off, but we got back to a stage where we were talking, and we were doing really, really good. I'd gotten my dad's check, and I just wanted him to have some comfort. He worked all the time, and I just wanted him to relax and have some comfort, and we were supposed to be planning when we got out, and we were supposed to go camping. I've never been camping. I live in West Virginia, never been camping. And then he was supposed to go get his license and go get his job back. And he ended up getting out. Well, before he got out, like, we had issues, but I didn't think that there was anything we couldn't work through. You know what I mean? and we had a lot of issues, and my brother's ex-wife started talking to him, and I knew beforehand, like I told everybody it was going to happen. And he got out not too long ago, and they're together. So that really hurt. And then I tried, to pick myself back up and move on, and I ended up seeing another guy, and I was dating him, and he passed away in August. He had a heart attack and died. So it's been rough. And I think, with all of that, I just decided, no, I'm not taking no more of this. No, and I guess that's when I realized, that I need to accept me for who I am, dark and light altogether. You know what I mean? I never accepted myself. My family didn't accept me. They pushed me away and abandoned me, and they didn't accept me. So it was hard for me to accept myself, but I'm now at a place where I accept myself wholeheartedly. When I saw my mom, she was beautiful. There are no words on this planet to describe how beautiful my mom was. Just had this glow about her, and she looked really, really healthy. And they had cut her hair. She had really short hair. They had cut her hair because they had done brain surgery on her. But when I seen her, she had long, beautiful, gorgeous ringlet hair. It was come down in ringlets. She was just gorgeous. And this peace just came about me when I seen her. Ghost Whisperer was one of my favorite movies, J-Cham. One of my series. I still have not gotten through that whole thing. And I sat here years ago with my kids and watched back to back to back to back to back episodes. She was gorgeous. And I didn't know at the time. I didn't know at all when I met him. But my two oldest kids' father, we were on and off for like, I don't know. We got back together I think 4 times, 3 or 4 times. 4 times. And after Mom died, we ended up getting back together. And Mom passed away in 2010. We ended up getting together in 2007, 2012. Anyway, that's when I found out that he worshiped the devil. And I didn't know that when we were together. I didn't know that. He never told me that. So, when my mom showed up, we were going through a lot at the time, and we were fighting at the time. And when my mom showed up, he was freaked out. He was like, how did she get in here? She should not have been able to get in here. And like I said, when she showed up, a peace just came over me, this calmness. I can't explain it. Hello, Chris. Yes, I've watched a little bit of Lucifer. My daughter loves Lucifer. And yeah, I was upset when her friend died too. Because they were very close. I haven't watched all of Lucifer. I've watched a couple of episodes with her. She also likes Dean Winchester is her favorite from Supernatural. She goes crazy over Dean. she got me into a lot of that stuff because we used to sit together and we watch TV and stuff. I never finished it either. When I felt myself getting addicted to, watching them, I would try to break myself away. That's why. Heartland. I used to watch Heartland back to back to back to back too, and I had to break myself from that. Never finished that. I don't think there's any of them that I've finished. Cold Hearted 36. Hi. Welcome in. We're just sitting here talking. I was supposed to do a reading, but we've just been talking. Paddocks. Wilbur. Hi. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. Well, welcome in, Cold Hearted. How are you all? Where are y'all from? I'm from West Virginia. Caribbean. How is it there? That's good, Paddocks. I'm glad to hear that. Hot. No, it's starting to get chilly here. I don't like the cold. But I don't like being too hot either. JTM, I also think that I also believe it's the guilt, you know. You have the 10 Commandments, but I don't know if I feel the same way. Like if you don't feel guilty, if you don't feel like there's anything that you've done wrong, because you weigh hearts against feathers. What's your heart feeling? You know what I'm saying? If your heart's feeling guilt, it's going to weigh it down. If it's not, it's going to feel lighter. I don't know, but we don't get karma. Like I've heard people say, I hope they get their karma. When I can't stand that. But we don't get karma for what we do to other people. We get karma for our own actions. I think that we have to come back and do it again. I really do. Or we get stuck in the in-between. But I believe that we have to come back and do it again and repeat the cycles, or our ancestors have to come back and repeat them. And I think that's why they help. I think that's why my mom's my guide, because she won't come back and do this again. And I don't want to come back and do this again. So I want to get this shit right now. You know what I mean? This time. I know there's times that I've wanted to hang mine up on the ceiling by their feet, but they've been trying, but they're also a blessing. I love my kids, but I'm not gonna say they haven't, really, that they're not bad kids, but buddy, they'll test you. And I learned a lot from my kids too. You can learn a lot from your kids. My girls are cancers and very intuitive. Man, if I would have listened to them about half the guys that I've seen, I wouldn't have went through half of what I went through. But they're kids, so people don't think don't listen to them. They're kids. We teach them. That would be cool, JTM. I don't know. Maybe if I come back with all this karma I erased that I had to go through, maybe come back and actually enjoy this life, then yeah, maybe. So I don't know, guys. Maybe this is the tea. Maybe we're having the tea this morning, just sitting and talking. Bitcoin, welcome in, but what are you saying? You're a Scorpion. You're a Scorpio? Yeah. I've had experience with a couple of Geminis. I'll tell you what, JTM, I do not want to be you. I don't want to be with you, honey, because I am an Aquarius and I have 10 thoughts off of every thought or more, and then 10 thoughts off of that. And you, honey, you have 2 of those going on. So I'm in my head and overthink so much anyway. I don't want to be in your head. Yes, I congratulate you on that, because being a Gemini, oh man, it's gotta be hard. But I've met a couple, I've had a couple of Gemini friends, and there's something else. There's something else, but I love them because they're so direct, like they don't even care. You know what I mean? And I don't like that fluff, beat around the bush shit. Like, just be authentic with me. Just be real. Don't be fake. Alex Hernandez, hello. Welcome in. Yes. And I already do that. So meditation would really help you, JTam, because I know it helps me. And going outside and putting my feet on the ground and just grounding myself and imagining roots coming out of my feet and going into the center of the earth, like a red rock in the center of the earth, and coming back up and going through my body and surrounding me. Like, I transmute energies that way. And I love sitting by a river with water rushing over the rocks. Thank you, Alice. Alex, same to you. Honey, I don't care. 5 minutes. Even 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You need to make at least 5 minutes, because if you don't, you will go completely crazy. And with being a Gemini, on top of that, oh man, you got to get centered. Yes, my youngest son was like that. Like, people would come in and he would hide behind my back. And I miss those times. He was so adorable. He's independent now. He's an independent Marine now. Everything is perception. There's also chosen ones on there. Do you call them the demons? And how would you know a chosen one if you walked across it? Right? Yeah. He don't do that no more. He don't ride behind me no more. It'd be more like him putting me behind him. But it was adorable. Like, and he had the cutest curls until his dad had me cut his hair. I even told him they wouldn't, they wouldn't come back. And they didn't until he turned 14. And then they started coming back. Taekwondo, kickboxing. Right. Yeah. I took Kempo for a while. I actually liked it. I was 20 years old. I can't remember a lot of it now, but I enjoyed it. And I quit smoking cigarettes, chewing it too, because, phew. That's really cool. That's really cool, J-Tam. She can defend herself. Oh, my girls won't put up with much. Like, one of them used to, but they've got to a point where they won't put up with much. You know what I mean? Like, they'll stand up for themselves, and I like that, because I didn't have a voice when I was younger, and I didn't even know how to begin to stand up for myself. Yes, it is. It is. I just feel like they don't need to carry our traumas. Like, if we clear our traumas and we break those cycles, our kids don't have to go through it. And I just feel like I would like my kids, to skip that part of having to go through it, because there's so much more coming and they're going to have so much more to deal with. Like, they don't need to deal with that old stuff. So when I learn something or relearn something from what I was taught, the lies I was taught about myself, I lay that knowledge and wisdom at my kids' feet first. Asma, hi. How are you? Welcome in. For a long time, I kept myself in hermit mode. I didn't go out. I didn't socialize, and then I started to, and I found that I really enjoyed it. It started at a diner, actually. I started working at a diner, and I lived in the apartment. I mean, you could walk through the diner into my apartment if the door was unlocked, and I started there, and in between cooking and doing the dishes and stuff, we would sit around and chat. Like, we would chat with our customers and sit and crochet blankets and stuff with my boss. And it was really cool, but it got me out there. And I realized that I loved it. I loved being around people, but I still had those insecurities. So I would still pull back, through my lifetime. I love being social. I love people, but I also love my me time, my hermit time. And like, I'll just stop talking to people, and it's nothing against people. Like, it has nothing to do with them. It's just I need some time to sit with me and review and recalculate and reground myself, and figure out what my next steps are forward, especially if I go through something really tough. I take care of me. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever really taken care of me. So I've learned to be my own mom, my own dad, and I sit with myself and heal myself and work on myself and work on my mental. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I need to go grab a jacket. I'm getting a little chilly. Or maybe a shirt. All right, if you come out, don't you pick on them puppies. Yes, don't you pick on them puppies. You stay in here. Okay, I'm back. I get cold easy. I go through spells, hot and cold. I didn't plan this. God just told me to get up and do, the morning tea. So I guess the morning tea is just sitting and talking. Unless there's something that you guys need to hear. I know I enjoy connecting with you all. What are you doing, Saskus? What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? Sleeping? Don't go in there and get those puppies started. Are you still there, J-Tam? Oh, it's raining now. What's she doing, baby? Huh? What's she doing? Mommy boy. Yeah. Mommy boy. You wanna come say hi? Huh? You wanna come say hi? Say hi, guys. Say hi, guys. Yeah. You say hi? Was you sleeping? Huh? Was you sleeping? Yeah. Mommy wake you up? Yeah, mommy woke you up. Are y'all there? Boy. Me and my boy. Yes, him's my baby. Yeah, him's my baby. Dad's got pups in the other room, and every time they see him, they go crazy. My little sassicus. Yes, my little sassicus. My baby. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you later. Be good. Stay with me, puppies. Okay, guys. Well, I really enjoyed talking to y'all this morning. I might come back on and do some tarot cards for What's the Tea, because we didn't get to it, but I guess this is, everything happens for a reason too. So I'm probably gonna go off this one because it's so long. If somebody wants to actually see what the tea is, like they're not gonna see tarot cards, just talking. But I enjoy talking with y'all. But I love you guys. I'll be right back. And don't be hard on yourselves. Take it easy. Love y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Be right back.